What was it that your husband was doing when you knew you had to leave?
He wanted to control and manipulate every aspect of my life. He had sexually assaulted me on 2 occasions where I should have called the police on him, but I didn't. I did nothing because I was so scared.
Harper left her husband 2 years ago, and towards the end of their relationship, she says he secretly installed software on her phone that tracked her location, read her text messages, and recorded her calls. We disguised her identity because she is still afraid of her ex-husband.
He installed a device on my vehicle so that he could track my whereabouts, and he recorded my conversations.
How did you realize that he had installed this software on your phone?
He would confront me with it. He would play back the conversations because he would question me about who I talked to and what we talked about. I thought I was going crazy. I kept thinking to myself, is this even real?
A 2016 Government Accountability Office report identified more than 40 apps that can secretly track phone activity. A lot of these apps are marketed to parents who would want to track their children, but domestic violence shelters see a disturbing trend.
What we assume is that everything's tracked.
Really?
Because
you assume that
we
everyone's
assume
being
that
tracked.
everyone's being tracked. And
Liz Ortenberger runs Safe Nest, a Las Vegas domestic violence shelter that provides counseling and other services to 45,000 victims a year.
I mean, you just Google, I want to track my wife,
Right.
and see what pops up.
Yes.
It's there.
And those apps really give you access to everything.
Yeah, so we've been talking mostly about tracking, but there are apps that will shadow the entire phone. So everything you do on your phone will dump into wherever I designate it to dump, or I have eyes on everything that's happening through that phone, including your camera.
Your camera.
Yep. And as long as there are people willing to pay for that kind of things, they will continue to exist.
In most cases, all an abusive partner needs is physical access to the phone, the password, and 20 minutes to install the software. I installed one of these tracking apps, SpyZ, onto my own cell phone. It took me less than 10 minutes, and in just a couple hours, it was pulling my text messages and tracking my location.
And so, do you find that there's a lot of people that do this?
Yeah, it's all the time, you know. I mean, how many grieved spouses are out there?
The spyware I installed runs in the background, invisible to the user. That means even if a victim suspects they're being watched, they'll have a hard time proving it. That's where a forensic investigator like Leon Murray comes in. I asked him to analyze my phone.
I've got the cell phone I'm going to open up now. I'm going to connect it.
So you're getting all of my personal information.
Oh, you'll see.
Doing forensic analysis on a cell phone isn't cheap. Murray can charge up to $200 an hour.
The dashboard on SpyZ shows you all the different communications.
Oh my God. It has my WhatsApp messages.
Yeah.
A picture of a dog there that my friend sent me. Yeah. And you have all my text messages.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
What else can you get?
Location history, browser history, everything to do with social media.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's a big business. I mean, the people are making a lot of money. It's getting better and more sophisticated every year.
People who install these apps onto their spouse's phone are typically in violation of 3 laws: the Federal Wiretapping Statute, the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, and the Federal Stalking Statute. But prosecution is rare, at least in part because detection is rare and difficult. It took Leon over 24 hours of analysis to identify SpyZ on my phone. Some of these companies' websites have disclosures, saying the apps can't be used for illegal use, and some have ways to report abuse. But that doesn't stop people from doing it. We attempted to find out some extremely basic information about the people behind these apps. We asked 5 companies to provide the name of their CEO and the country they're based in. We also asked if they were aware of any illegal use of their apps. Only one, My Mobile Watchdog, got back to us. Its CEO, Robert Lauder, said that he is aware of My Mobile Watchdog being used for domestic abuse, but that they disable the account and refer the victims to law enforcement when notified. Although Harper has been divorced from her husband for more than a year, she still shares custody of their children.
So even after you've left the marriage, you're still feeling like you're being surveilled?
Oh, yes. Because I don't know if he's planted anything on the children. children have cell phones, so their cell phones can be used as well.
The number of stalking apps is going up, and as smart devices in homes become more common, abusers have even more ways to control their spouses with technology. That means the problem isn't getting any better for Harper and other victims.
Do you think you'll ever be able to get to a point where you feel like you're not being surveilled?
No, just because of the person that he is. It's all about control, domination. I don't take his threats lightly.